Hey, welcome to a Communiqué and calendar. I am your host, Mary-Laurence Bevington. We're going to cover May 17th to the 25th, 2026. And the title is Refinding Home and People on the Run, Soul Arts Energy. And if you can see a photo, it's by NASA, licensed by Unsplash of the Gulf of Mexico, United States, seen from way zoomed out, like a satellite or something. Super cool picture with the lights of the cities, and then you can see the thin layer of atmosphere. It's nighttime. And pardon my tardiness with this communicating calendar. I've been distracted watching Venus set with widening Luna. In a word, it's been glorious. You can keep catching that too. It's going to reverse where Luna is chasing Venus down. As of tonight, Venus still is chasing Luna down, but our moon rises 51 minutes later each day. So, and that's faster than Venus travels, and just because we're so close to our moon. All right, here's a quote. Well, the rain exploded with a mighty crash as we fell into the sun. And the first one said to the second one there, I hope you're having fun. From Band on the Run, released on an album with the same name and by Paul McCartney and Wings in 1973. Well, the rain exploded with a mighty crash as we fell into the sun. All right, let's keep going. When I look at the energy, I see a vast migration. It's as if we've all become birds and we're flying to new lands, but some of us nest as well. All's a metaphor, and while the climate weirding and wars stand to wrest many from their abodes, not to mention the millions already displaced, we will travel within ourselves surely. Inner migrations shall occur. We might could take this chance to get on better with each other, and for that matter, to get on better with ourselves. Perhaps we start by learning each other's language, attuning non-verbally, vibe-wise, musically. In the documentary Beatles 64, Smokey Robinson said, music is the international language. It's the barrier breaker. I have a footnote on that one that takes you to a YouTube of Smokey Robinson singing Yesterday by McCartney and Lennon. It's so beautiful. It's just, yeah, watch it if you have time. These days, the ones we live in now, invite us to relax into our own private psychological safety. This 2026 May spilling into June can be a place in which we feel psychologically safe to be ourselves, to express our thoughts and ideas, to be the somethings in the way we move, to tell our bodies the truth. Besides, there's much magic at large and at little, big planetary movements, but also long lunar transits of late, and celestial numbers in the numerology of the days. An 11, a 22, and a 33 just this month. I'm actually recording on a 33 day. So you get that from adding the month, the day, and the year, and all those numbers will equal a final number, which when you have a 33, the final number is technically 6, but that 33 is master, super sweet number, and the 11 and the 22 are the other master numbers, and they equal 33. 11 plus 22 is 33. Yeah, 2 plus 4 equals 6. Okay, let's keep going. I'm actually going to change this poem a little bit, but I'm going to read it to you the way I have it right now because I won't edit while I talk to you, even though I do that sometimes. Okay, here we go. Elements, a poem from me to you. Shelter, mound, hearth, home, plus enclosure, make our homes. Earth is our home now. We need atmosphere, ground, fire, wind, and water, trees, all to support life. Okay, cats, get out your journals and your pens. You don't have to write with a pen, but it's kind of cool to write with a pen because the ink flows out and it's also contralateral movement, which is really very good for your development. Are you feeling the pull to migrate or even currently migrating? If so, describe. What does it feel like to settle into a home? What is home for you? All right, let's move on. Half moon soon, planets sign shift, long lunar transits, and holiday. Okay, May 17th to the 25th. In brief, times given are Eastern Daylight Time, Greenwich Mean Time -5 hours. May 17th, technically yesterday, because I'm a little late. Mercury conjunct Uranus at 8:10 p.m., 0 degrees. Ooh, damn. Yeah, anything having to do with Uranus tends to be strong, and Mercury too, for that matter. Could have been a little whack-a-mole. And also on the 17th, Mercury flew into Gemini at 6:26 a.m. Plus Luna moves void, of course, starting at 3:36 p.m. And that was a forever void, of course, because I'm recording really late and it took like 30 hours, which we'll go into in just a moment. So May 18th is the third day of the lunar month, the day of hope, and planets and Luna are on the move. Mars enters Taurus at 6:25 p.m. Meanwhile, Venus slips into Cancer at 9:05 p.m. Luna finally at 9:46 p.m. after a 30-hour and 10-minute journey settles in to a little, I think she's in Leo. I got to check that, but I think that's where she's at. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, we got some action, Jackson. Anywho, okay. May 18th, 33 day, master number of tremendous nourishment. May 19th, Mercury is sextile Neptune at 12:05 a.m. Venus is sextile Mars at 1:37 a.m. So remember that's a 60-degree aspect, and it brings harmony between the two and within their respective energies. I'm sure you've heard me say this, but I really dig sextiles because they're not, trines are magnificent. They're like the grand finale, jazz hands and everything, where sextiles are really similar. They're just a little more subtle and just bring on the sweetness. I'll tell you what, it's really cool. So yeah, and you already caught that. Oh, there's one more on the 19th. Mercury is trine Pluto at 6:53 p.m. on the 19th of May. So there we go with our trine. And I was just mentioning it's, exciting, a wonderful, sweet, sweet energy. And that brings harmony times a gazillion. And it's funny, I started to second guess myself about the moon being in Leo. I started going, no, Luna's in Cancer too. So actually, Luna just got into Cancer. It's May 18th, and she's there now. She will be in Leo pretty soon, though, in a couple days. Okay, let's keep going. May 20th, that's actually the day my dad passed away. Long, long time ago. At 8:37 p.m. on May 20th, our sun brightens Gemini's house for her annual monthly stay. Shorthand is our sun goes into Gemini. Same day, May 20th, Venus is semi-sextile Uranus at 12:44 a.m. Meanwhile, Mars is semi-sextile Uranus same day at 3:29 p.m. because as you can tell, Venus and Mars Clearly, not too far from each other, and that's a 30-degree aspect. Low-key wonky. The two celestial bodies will often agitate each other in a semi-sextile. May 21st, Shavat begins at sundown as Luna starts a nearly 33-hour transit. May 22nd, Luna's not in sign all day long, but meanwhile, May 23rd at 2:57, she does reach Virgo. She has like a minute in Leo, a little bit before that, because these transits are just massive. May 22nd, Venus is square Neptune at 2:32 a.m., 90-degree aspect. Ooh la la, it's a hard aspect, the square, it's tense. When you have Venus and Neptune, their energies are tense with each other. So you want to stay pretty straight that day, May 22nd. Same day, Sun's conjunct Uranus, which may feel a little bit wild inside us. That happens at 10:26 a.m. And these all have a little bit of an orb of influence, a ramp in and a ramp out. That's a 0-degree aspect of conjunction. Anything goes with yourself. So just be gentle with yourself, give yourself grace. Mercury sextile Saturn at 2:03 p.m. Again, same day, May 22nd. So that's our 60-degree aspect, the sextile. So Mercury's the mind, Saturn's structure, wish for clear vision and progress. May 23rd, half moon waxing in the sky. Luna changes from first to second quarter at 7:11 a.m. May 23rd, Venus quincunx Pluto at 10:36 a.m., 150-degree aspect, power deep inside, keep passion in check. Considered a hard aspect, the quincunx, that 150-degree. It's a little weaker though than a square. Later that same day, Mars is semi-sextile Neptune. Remember, that's the kind of agitating one, but it's weak at 10:59 p.m. So that's our 30-degree aspect. Might be wild though, because you've got Mars, the aggressor, but also the pioneer, gets her done. Neptune, the god of the sea. May 24th, Luna sets sail for a 13-hour transit towards Libra at 8:54 p.m. Sun sextile Neptune at 10:22 p.m., 60-degree aspect. Beauteous. Yeah, so we have just another more like a half day transit of Luna, which seems short in a week when you have these 30 and 33-degree or hour, transits. But 13 hours is still a long time because when Luna's taking time between signs, the often the counsel is don't do something where you're going to get yourself into a mess, where you have to manage high levels of risk. You're a little better off just kicking it somewhat or being able to manage the risk really well. And it's also a really nice time to dream. So I love void of course times, but I also notice I get a little more floaty. Today, all day long. Look at me, I'm way late on producing this edition of things. And yeah, it's just been one of those days. And she's been out of sign all day long. Okay, May 24th, Luna sets sail. Oh, wait, I think I just did that one. Let's keep going. May 25th, Memorial Day, and remembering George Floyd. Um, Big day, May 25th. So yeah, and we shall never forget all the veterans too, and the folks right now too, like all the sailors out there, and it's a lot of people to remember. Okay, birthdays. Pete Dixon, he's an old flame of mine. Cutie Pie, Magic Man, married actually to a really good friend of mine too, named Mary as well. He's May 17th. Another friend of mine named Mary Wild. It's May 19th. Amazing dog care person. I married to my nephew, so a niece-in-law, Savannah Bevington. May 25th. Old friends, little sister, Miller Freeman, May 21st. My dear Robbie Record, I was his swamper on Grand Canyon. Uh, he was amazing. I was a little bit of a not such a great swamper, but that's just the person that like helps out on the raft trip, but isn't officially a guide and all that jazz. Doesn't have the skill set in my case to be a guide, but I can do some things on rivers. I'm not too bad. George Lamplugh, he was my history teacher, American history. He was amazing. Dr. Lamplugh, May 24th. Last one's also Dr. Emily Harrison, old friend, wonderful person, May 25th, that same day that George Floyd passed. Yeah, and I want to give thanks to the folks who I would like to give thanks to and mentioning all of you on top of them. They're just the names that also represent your vibe for listening. Alex, Adub, Big Ricky, Deanna, Ginger, Jude, Kelly, KM, Lara, Laura M, Lazardsky, Marnie, PJ, Peggy, Sally Seagull Foster, Terry, Tina Z, and Charles. All for now, friends. Till tomorrow, and in carrying the light. Gentle reminder, there's the YouTube with Smokey Robinson singing yesterday. If you can even just like give yourself 3 minutes of bliss to listen to that. Some of you might think it's too much, but I just love it. Anyway, inspirations based on astrological and calendar data from Llewellyn's 2026 Astrological Daily Ephemeris and Aspectarian. All right, don't go changing, and I'll catch you around the bend. Bye. Bueno, bye.